if you're driving your car, literally, if you're driving your car and you are not paying attention to where you're going and you are not present, maybe you get into a little fender bender. Hopefully, if you're lucky, it's just a little old thing. Maybe something more intense happens. So Pluto is really this destruction, destroyer, the death of, the ending of, the find of your present moment and out of your purpose planet, which is partly to be awake, to be present with the people in your lives, to be in gratitude, to be in love, to have your heart open, to love what is in front of you, no matter what it is, and to find the light in every situation. So if I'm not coming through, will you guys tell me? Because I noticed that I've got a little bit of lag over Facebook, but it looks like YouTube's doing okay. I'm also live on YouTube, so you can. Now, it instructs, it wipes away that which no longer is serving you. It wipes away that which is not true to your being because you were not paying attention, or it is like the person who leaves you. Thing that came out of my mouth. But when there's a relationship and both of these people is not awake and they are not pouring water on their garden, and they are not putting their focus in and their attention into what is important. So Pluto comes and Pluto destroys. It's like the Tower card in the tarot deck. It's the Tower card. It no longer any good for you. And sometimes there's a lot of discomfort in that, and there's a lot of kind of maybe anguish or pain that comes through. But the truth of the matter and the heart of the matter is that all living beings experience hardships, positive, happy times, and really challenging times. And when a challenging time arrives, we might look at this challenging time as an opportunity to step into the lessons and step into the light and to be awake and present with what it is that we are out of balance with, or what it is that we are not being aligned with the truth of who we are, in order to realign with what we're experiencing. And sometimes that just means that we get challenged to step into a situation like we've never been in before, that we had no idea we had the strength for. We had no idea we had the capacity to stand in and to learn how to be our biggest, boldest, strongest selves. And we didn't even know how strong we were. And sometimes we have to lean into these circumstances to learn how strong we are. But that doesn't mean that they're easy. Saturn is the rules and the regulations and the boundaries and the guidelines and the structures and the foundation that we have to put into play, put into our lives, in order to have us kind of running smoothly, to like have our vehicles running smoothly. So back to the car analogy, if you've got 4 wheels on your car and 2 of those wheels are flat, or one of those wheels is flat, you are not going to have a car that's running well. Saturn is like your mechanic or your doctor. I like to think of it as your spiritual dharmic doctor, which keeps you aligned on your life purpose and shows you the ways that you might take yourself out of being in alignment with your purpose. It asks you to be very honest, and it says to you, look in the mirror at the things that you are doing to yourself. Look in the mirror at the ways you are holding yourself back. It is about you. It is about the way that you perceive the world. And Saturn says, you are in charge, baby girl or a boy. You are in charge of what you see, and you're in charge of how you make choices and this life that you live, and what you choose to put your intention into and what you choose to put your focus into. So Saturn and Pluto are like, everything that is no longer serving you will now, not everything, but something that is no longer serving you is now kind of being destroyed. And it's inner, but it's also outer. It's happening in politics. It's happening around the world. We can see this happening around the world. We can see this in so many examples in our political climate right now, and the destruction that's happening around the world, that is basically asking us to rise up and be our strongest selves, and be the most bold and honest and loving that we've ever been before. And Saturn asks you, how are you going to do that? Pluto doesn't really do that. Pluto's just like, this is happening, destroy, gone. Saturn says, now it's up to you to make the choice that will either set you free or keep you bound. Okay, now, that was a lot. Saturn and Pluto are conjunct in the sign of Capricorn. Saturn and Capricorn are besties. Capricorn's planet is Saturn. So we've got Capricorn energy to the max right now, and Capricorn energy is about creating a stable and solid foundation that you will build upon and flourish your building and your creation, because you've taken the time to lay the foundation, and you've taken the time to ground down and do the work of healing your root chakra and being connected to the earth, that is our greatest gift of stability and foundation. It is the earth that we stand upon. And I feel as though when we're not aware of this earth that we're on, things happen that get us to wake up and take action. Saturn, Earth, Pluto. So let's get to this card reading. My question for the cards is, how might we lean into getting in alignment with this Saturn and Pluto conjunction in Capricorn? And for those of you watching, if you have your birth chart and you know your birth chart, you might take a look at your birth chart, find out where is my Pluto and where is my Saturn, and then you'll find out how it's going to affect you. Oh my God, the most beautiful, amazing hawk just flew right by my window. I don't get to see that a lot, so I will take that as a sign from the universe that all is well. So yeah, you might check out your birth chart, or if you want a birth chart reading, I am starting to do that. So I would love to read your birth chart. And let me send some gratitude out to you for watching this. If you are watching this with me, Now the thing is that Saturn is very, very specific to each person. So the lessons that I have to learn from my dharma and my karma and how I'm here to serve and grow are going to be very different from your lessons. What are you here to learn? How are you growing? What is it that is your greatest struggle or your greatest challenge? What is keeping you held back? What are the ways in which you diminish your quality on this lifetime, and how can you How can you really stand in your truth and honor yourself and give life and give energy and give focus to that which you need to, that will help you feel good and be in alignment with why you are here? Because you're not here for a mistake. You didn't just show up here randomly because of the egg and the sperm. We are spirit beings. We are light beings that are in these vessels. And we have all a little mission, I believe, to carry out. And it's not about the grandiosity of that. It's little things. It's finding gratitude. It's being present with the people in front of you. It's doing things that light you up. It's living a life that you want to live. Saturn is a teacher of that. Saturn comes along and it says, are you doing what your parents are telling you to do? Or what your society is telling you to do? Or are you doing what you learned from watching television? Or are you making your own life? Are you creating your own life? Saturn does not want you to follow. It wants you to be disciplined in all the ways that you need to be disciplined in, that will end up being freedom for you. So you might be pondering, what kind of discipline do I need that will ultimately give me freedom? Let's pose that question first to this tarot deck and to this time, to this beautiful moment in time, and all of our guides and all of our angels. I don't even remember the question I just asked. In what ways do we need to be disciplined that will ultimately lead to our freedom? Hello, who is Deadmere? What is your name? It's so lovely and feels like a blessing to have you here. I'm so happy you're here. All right, so we're doing a card pull right now specific to the question, in what ways do we need to use our discipline to ultimately give us freedom? All right, and I have 3 jumpers, so 3 answers. Okay, this is very clear. So I've got 7 of coins, I've got temperance, and a reverse 3 of wands. So 7 of coins, temperance, and a reverse 3 of wands. Now, we're being asked to slow down our process of creation. There are things that are being created from you that are things that you're wanting to bring into this world, things that you're wanting to make in this world, maybe relationships that you're building, homes that you're purchasing, you're learning something, or you're starting a new business, or maybe this is something very very personal to you about what you're cultivating on the inside that has to do with your worth and your worthiness. And you're being asked to slow down a little bit. And the discipline here is actually in the details. Dead Mirror, what is your name? Have we met before? It's beautiful to have you here. So 7 of coins is, it's not time to pick the bounty. If you have just planted seeds, you do not expect the carrots to be ready a day later or even a week later. Hey, Nora, this is called patient cultivation and patient focus and patient growing of what is already, wow. I have to pause this for a second because I've been seeing 11s everywhere. And this person is calling me and it says 111111. I'm obviously not going to pick it up. Grand Prairie, Texas, 11111. Holy moly, that is since January 11th, I've been seeing 11s, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, and I keep going into them, leaning into the 11s. And maybe you have repeated numbers that are coming up for you, but it's like a sign. It's a sign that spirit is with you and that you are moving into alignment and you're moving into what feels good and right for you. So 7 of Coins is about, there is something that we want to be maybe finished with, something that we are like, our ego is ready to pull it out of the ground. We want to pull that carrot out of the ground and we want to be done with it. And we're done learning this lesson, maybe around our self-worth. And the 7 of Coins comes in and it says, the disciplined thing to do in actuality is to slow down a little bit and keep watering your seeds and make sure that your seeds have enough sunlight and make sure that your seeds have enough fertilizer. And are you whispering love to your seeds? And are you showing your seeds the attention and the affection that they need? It's not quite ready. It's like when you bake cookies. Well, I don't know if that's a good example because I like really undercooked, mushy paste, like cookies and brownies. But ice cream, maybe ice cream. You're making ice cream. You don't want to eat the ice cream before it's frozen. I don't personally. I want my ice cream to be at the perfect, most delicious consistency, and I want my cookies and my brownies to be just right. So it's not time for us to take this thing out of the oven, whatever it is for you. You are in the process of creating something so beautiful or learning a lesson about worthiness that is so beautiful. And keep it going. Keep your focus there. Get focused and clear on what this thing is that is coming through you. What is it? What is the thing that you are bringing into this world, that you are almost like you're birthing it, but it's not ready? You don't want to have the baby before it's ready. We want to have the time to grow it and to be patient. Mother Nature is such a patient teacher. Look at Mother Nature. Mother Nature does not say, hey, this tree over here, you better hurry up and grow. Running out of time. Time is an illusion here. Saturn just wants us to keep going, to keep cultivating, to keep putting your energy in, keep putting your energy in, keep going. Temperance, same message. So far, the message that Saturn brings is that we are all maybe going a little too fast, or we are expecting something to be done before it's ready to be done. So our expectations are off, and therefore our reality is not matching our fantasies. So we've got to slow it down and get our frequency aligned with the frequency of this time, earth, space continuum, of this reality right now, to breathe into what it is that is growing within us and that we need to be patient around. Maybe it's something that is being released from us that we need to be patient around. It's not time to pull it out yet. Temperance comes with such a beautiful spiritual teaching. Look at the light coming down into his crown chakra, and he's holding this diamond vessel that he's pouring water from one side to the other, and he's so present with what he's doing. So if something that you're wanting to learn or to do or to create or to make, there's detail, present, conscious, patience. The details in the Seven of Coins, be more detailed, slow down. And the Temperance says, you are co-creating with spirit. You have divinity within you. You have spirit within you. You are a light being in a human body. And we have to go with the flow of what is changing around us. And that's going to require some emotional resilience. So things might be changing all around us, and they are going to require that we get still, and that we are the patient ones, and that we are the light bringers, and that we are in our truth. And our truth is that we are all connected, and that we are all here for a beautiful reason, each one very unique to ourselves. But we're working in tandem. We're working together. And some things are not ready. It's just not time. It's not ready. Sometimes it's just not the right time. Sometimes we feel like we've failed something when we put something out into the world, and it didn't really work the way we thought it would. And in reality, it's just not time. Maybe the world is catching up with your brilliance. Maybe the world is not ready to digest what you have to offer, or maybe you're still undergoing a process of percolating and cooking, and your cookies in your oven are slowly baking, but it's just not time to take those cookies out. Now, the Three of Wands is a call where, hey, it's all coming together. You're almost there. Keep going. Give a little bit more effort. Really pull that rope. Get your passion into it. Get your fire into it. We got it reversed. The Three of Wands reversed. It's kind of about the past, and it's kind of about it looking inward. And what comes through here is, so I'm going to hold it up reversed. Again, it's the same message. We got to slow things down, and you can be passionate. You can be passionate and you can be excited. That's the wands. They're the fire, passion, excitement, joy. So you can have all these things, and you can be lit up, and you can be full of sun, and you can be ready and raring to go and ready for fun. And that's all good. You have to keep your energy channels open. You got to move your body and get that fire within you. But what Saturn is asking us to do before pulling our treasure out of the water, because this sort of is what is happening. He's kind of pulling everything together. He's pulling on those ropes. He's pulling something out from beneath him. He's like, what is ready to come out? Reversed. It's just not ready. It's just not the time. We have to exercise patience and discernment. And discernment is about making a choice that you haven't rushed into. You haven't just take a leap off a cliff. Discernment asks you to use your awareness, your wisdom, the wisdom of your heart. Keep your heart open with your brain. Discernment asks you to be connected from your heart space and your third eye and your brain, so that you are not making choices that are not conscious. So we're being asked to be awake and to be conscious and to be present with what we're doing and what is in front of us. I'm just getting this vision of eating, like on a personal note. I can't tell you how many times I get home, I walk into the kitchen, and I just start eating. I'm so hungry. I'm like, I don't care what it is. I'm eating. I'm just going to eat it. and I'm not actually present with the action that I'm taking. I've just kind of thrown all caution to the wind. I'm going off of my programming, my old programming from when I was a child, using food to soothe my unsettledness, and to using food to replace sleep almost in a way. So that's sort of what's coming out for me personally in this, using discernment and slowing down and being patient and getting really present and funneling and channeling our focus in to what we actually want. So I want to be so present right now. I want to really slow down. I think it's a beautiful message from Spirit, and that we must not feel like our belief system and our hopes and our dreams are not possible. I just pulled one more to close us off. So Saturn, 8 of Swords, is about your mental chemistry, your brain chemistry. And I wonder if, because I was talking about the eating, then I get, the swords at the throat and this girl who feels trapped in the 8 of Swords. So when you're feeling like that, when you feel backed into a corner, when you feel trapped, when you can't release your voice, indication the throat chakra is out of balance, and that you're not speaking your truth and standing in your truth. And if you have a strong Saturn influence, speaking, especially if you've got like it's around Mercury or Sagittarius, speaking your truth, saying what is true to you, being honest, those are all Saturn qualities. Being honest with yourself and then the other. First, being so honest with yourself. So you really can use your discernment to see where you're not being a true channel of light and of openness and honesty. We've all been there. Human conditioning. Lying is a good way to keep us safe from feeling any sort of pain. Pain that we need to feel, discomfort that we need to feel in order to free ourselves from the trap that we put ourselves in. So for me, I'm really practicing leaning into that discomfort and leaning into that sometimes pain by having conversations that I, in other times was afraid to have, because I knew that it would bring me discomfort, or it would bring the other person that I was having the conversation with discomfort, because not all honest things feel good. And that's okay, because every honest conversation I've ever had has set me free. So we're here to be free. We're here to be set free. We're here to open our hearts. We're here to be honest. We're here to know that we're all one. We're all this like living and breathing consciousness creating itself, here to be the light for each other, here to be support for each other, but first to really know ourselves and really stand in our truth, speak our truth, and be really brave. So I'm going to close it right there. Thank you so much for watching this. I am so unbelievably honored to be here with you. I feel so much gratitude. I feel so grateful that I get to share the words that come through me in this lifetime. So thank you. And please leave comments, especially if you did not watch live, and those who did watch live, thank you so much for watching. Have a really wonderful, beautiful, blissful, and peaceful rest of your night, and reach out to me with questions. I'm a tarot reader, so if you would like a one-on-one tarot reading, please reach out to me. If you'd like your birth chart read, please reach out to me. And that's all I'll say for now, and I'll put my website in the description. Have a beautiful night.